Welcome to English Podcast for Beginners. I'm James.
And I'm Emma.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I am James.
And I am Emma. We are so happy you're here today.
Today, we talk about ordering at restaurants, but not the simple stuff. We go beyond the basics.
Have you ever sat at a restaurant and wanted to ask a question about the food, but you did not know how?
Or maybe you wanted to change something in your order, but you stayed quiet because the words felt too difficult.
That happens to so many learners. You know how to say, I want chicken, but then the server asks, how do you want it cooked? And you freeze.
Exactly. And that feeling is uncomfortable. Today, we fix that problem.
In this episode, you learn 3 important skills. First, you learn how to ask good questions about the menu before you order.
Second, you learn how to make polite requests and changes to your food.
And third, you learn how to handle small problems during your meal, like a wrong order or a missing spoon.
If you ever feel nervous in a restaurant because you are not sure what to say, this episode helps you feel ready.
I remember one time I was in a new city. I went to a nice restaurant and I wanted to order fish, but I did not know if the fish was spicy. I was too shy to ask, so I just ordered it.
Oh no, what happened?
It was so spicy, I could not finish it. I wasted money and I left hungry. If I knew the right words, I could have asked first and chosen something else.
That is a perfect example. With the right phrases, you feel confident and you enjoy your meal. No surprises, no stress.
So here is what we do today. We cover this topic in 4 simple parts. Part 1 is about asking questions before you order.
Part 2 is about making changes and special requests.
Part 3 is about solving problems during the meal. And Part 4 brings it all together with payment and closing conversations.
And we start right now with one super useful phrase. This phrase helps you in almost any restaurant situation.
The phrase is, can I ask a question?
Simple, right? Can I ask a question? You say this to get the server's attention in a polite way.
Imagine you sit down. You look at the menu. You see a dish, but you are not sure about something. You look at the server and say, excuse me, can I ask a question?
The server smiles and says, of course. Now you can ask anything. What is in this dish? Or, is this spicy? Or, how big is this portion?
That one phrase opens the door. You do not need to feel nervous. Just start with, can I ask a question? And the conversation flows naturally.
Listen to how it sounds. Emma, pretend you are the customer.
Excuse me, can I ask a question?
Yes, of course. What do you need?
What is in the pasta special?
It has tomatoes, cheese, and basil. It is very fresh.
Perfect. See how easy that was? One phrase changes everything.
Now, think about the last time you were at a restaurant. Did you have a question but you did not ask? Next time, you can use this phrase.
And here is the best part. Servers expect questions. They want you to ask. It makes their job easier because you get exactly what you want.
So that is your first micro win today. The phrase, can I ask a question, helps you feel in control at any restaurant.
Are you ready to learn more? Because in Part 1, we teach you exactly how to ask about menu items, ingredients, and cooking styles.
You learn the right questions, the polite way to ask, and we show you common mistakes to avoid. Stay with us. This gets even better. Welcome to Part 1. Here we focus on asking questions about the menu before you order.
This is so important. When you ask questions, you get the right food. You avoid surprises, and you feel confident.
Let me break this down. There are 3 main types of questions you ask at a restaurant.
First, you ask about ingredients. What is in the dish? Second, you ask about cooking methods. How is it cooked? And third, you ask about size or spice level. Is it big? Is it hot?
Why does this matter in real life? Because menus do not always tell you everything. Sometimes the menu says chicken special, but you do not know if it comes with rice or salad. You need to ask.
And here is what I do. I always ask 1 or 2 questions before I order. It saves time, saves money, and I enjoy my food more.
Now let me show you some example questions. Listen carefully. Example 1. You want to know about ingredients. You say, "What is in this dish?"
The server answers, "It has chicken, rice, and vegetables."
Example 2. You want to know about cooking style. You say, "How is the fish cooked?"
The server answers, "It is grilled."
Example 3. You want to know about spice. You say, "Is this dish spicy?"
The server answers, "Yes, it is a little spicy."
Those are simple, clear questions. Now let me show you some real-world variations.
If you want to know if something is vegetarian, you say, "Does this have meat?"
If you want to know about the size, you say, "Is this portion big or small?"
And here is a common mistake. Some learners say, "This dish has meat?" with the wrong word order. That sounds unclear.
The correct way is, "Does this dish have meat?" You start with does, and it sounds polite and natural.
Do not say, "This dish has meat." Say, "Does this dish have meat?" Big difference.
Now let us practice. Emma leads this part.
I want you to listen to these questions and notice the pattern. You do not need to say them out loud. Just listen and let your brain learn. Imagine you are at a restaurant. You look at the menu. You see beef stew. You want to know what is inside. Listen. What is in the beef stew?
Good question. The answer might be, it has beef, potatoes, and carrots.
Now imagine you see grilled salmon. You want to know if it comes with sides. Listen. Does this come with vegetables?
Perfect. The answer might be, yes, it comes with broccoli and potatoes.
One more. You see curry chicken. You are not sure about the spice. Listen. Is the curry chicken very spicy?
Great question. The answer might be, it is medium spicy, not too hot.
Notice how each question is short and clear. You do not need long sentences. Simple questions work best.
And here is my feedback. You are doing great just by listening. Your brain is learning the pattern. When you hear these questions many times, the words come naturally when you need them.
Do not worry about speaking perfectly. Even if you pause or say it slowly, servers understand. They help people from many countries every day.
The key is to ask. Don't stay quiet. Asking one simple question makes your experience so much better.
Now, let us apply this to a real scenario. Imagine you are at an Italian restaurant. You want to order pasta, but you do not eat seafood.
The menu says special pasta, but it does not say what is inside. What do?
You look at the server and say, "Excuse me, can I ask a question? What is in the special pasta?"
The server says, it has shrimp, tomatoes, and garlic.
Now you know. It has shrimp. You don't eat seafood, so you can say, "Thank you. I do not eat seafood. What pasta do you recommend?"
Perfect. You asked, you got the information, and now you can choose something you enjoy. That's confidence.
Remember this. Asking questions is normal. Servers expect it. You are not bothering them. You are being a smart customer.
The key takeaway from part 1 is this. Before you order, ask simple questions. Use "what is in this?" or "does this have?" Or, is this spicy? Those 3 questions solve most problems.
You have got this. In part 2, we go even further. We teach you how to make changes and special requests. That is next.
So you just learned how to ask what is in this dish and does this have meat? Those questions give you control before you order.
But now comes the exciting part. What happens when you like a dish, but you want to change one small thing?
Maybe you want extra vegetables, or no onions, or dressing on the side. Can you ask for that in English?
Yes, you can. And in part 2, we show you exactly how. You learn the polite phrases that make servers happy to help you.
Are you ready to sound even more confident? Let us go.
Welcome to part 2. Now we learn how to make special requests and change your order.
This is a skill that makes you feel like a confident English speaker. You do not just accept the menu as it is. You make it work for you.
Let me explain the concept. A special request is when you ask the restaurant to change something small. Maybe you want no salt, or extra sauce, or a different side dish.
And here's why this matters. Everyone has preferences. Maybe you do not like spicy food, or you want more vegetables, or you are allergic to something. You need to communicate that.
In daily life, I make special requests all the time. I always ask for dressing on the side because I like to control how much I use, and servers never have a problem with it.
Exactly. Restaurants want you to be happy. Small changes are normal. You just need to ask politely.
Now, let me show you the key phrase. It is so simple. You say, "Can I have?" or "Can I get?"
Listen to these examples. Example 1. Can I have extra vegetables?
Example 2. Can I get no onions?
Example 3. Can I have the dressing on the side?
Those 3 examples show you the pattern. You start with "Can I have?" or "Can I get?" Then you say what you want.
Now let me give you some real-world variations. If you want to add something, you say, "Can I add cheese to this?"
If you want to remove something, you say, "Can I have this without tomatoes?"
If you want to replace something, you say, "Can I get rice instead of fries?"
And here is a common mistake. Some learners say, "I want no salt." That sounds too direct. It is not rude, but it is not polite either.
The polite way is, "Can I have this with no salt?" Or, "Can I get this without salt?" Adding "can I" makes it a request, not a demand.
Do not say, "I want no salt." Say, "Can I have this with no salt?" It sounds much friendlier.
Now let us practice. Emma, you lead this.
Great. Listen to these examples and imagine yourself saying them. You do not need to speak out loud. Just notice how natural they sound. Imagine you order a salad, but you do not like the dressing they use. Listen. Can I have the dressing on the side?
Perfect request. The server says, "Of course, no problem."
Now imagine you order a burger, but you don't eat cheese. Listen. Can I get this without cheese?
Excellent. The server says, "Sure, I will tell the kitchen."
One more. You order chicken with fries, but you want a healthier option. Listen. Can I get vegetables instead of fries?
Great choice. The server says, "Yes, we can do that."
Notice how each request is short and clear. You do not need to explain why. Just say what you want.
And here is my tip. Do not apologize. You do not need to say, "Sorry, but can I?" You are a customer. Making a request is normal. Just say it with confidence.
Exactly. Servers hear these requests every day. They are ready for it. You are not causing trouble. You are just ordering what you like.
Now let us make this more challenging. Listen to a slightly longer example. You order a sandwich, but you have 2 requests.
You say, Can I have this with no onions and extra lettuce?
See how you combine two requests? You say no onions and extra lettuce in one sentence. That is efficient and clear.
Now, let us apply this to a real scenario. Imagine you are at a cafe. You want to order a sandwich, but the menu says it comes with mayonnaise. You do not like mayonnaise.
What do you say?
You look at the server and say, "Can I order the chicken sandwich?"
The server says, yes, of course.
Then you say, "Can I have it without mayonnaise?"
The server says, no problem. Anything else?
You say, "No, that is all. Thank you."
Perfect. You made your request clearly and politely. Now you get exactly what you want.
Remember this, making special requests is a sign of confidence. It shows you know what you want and you can communicate it.
The key takeaway from part 2 is this. Use can I have or can I get to make polite requests. Add with, without, extra, or instead of to be specific.
You are doing amazing. In part 3, we teach you how to handle problems during your meal. What do you say if the order is wrong? Stay with us.
So now you know how to say, can I have this without cheese? And can I get extra vegetables? Those phrases give you control over your order.
But what happens when something goes wrong? Maybe the server brings the wrong dish, or your food is cold, or you need something extra during the meal.
Do you stay quiet and accept it? Or do you know how to speak up politely?
That is what part 3 is all about. We teach you the exact words to fix problems without feeling uncomfortable.
This is important. Let us continue.
Welcome to part 3. Here, we learn how to handle problems during your meal.
This is an advanced skill. Many learners feel nervous about this, but with the right phrases, you can solve problems quickly and politely.
Let me explain the concept. Sometimes things go wrong. The server brings the wrong dish, or your food is too cold, or you need a fork and there is no fork on the table.
These are small problems, but you need to fix them. And the key is to speak up without sounding angry or rude.
Why does this matter? Because staying quiet means you have a bad experience, but speaking up politely means you get good service and enjoy your meal.
In real life, I have this happen many times. Once, I ordered chicken, but they brought fish. I said politely, "Excuse me, I think this is wrong. I ordered chicken." They fixed it right away.
Exactly. And here is what I do. I always start with "excuse me" to get attention. Then I explain the problem simply. Then I wait for the server to help.
Now let me show you some key phrases. First, if the order is wrong, you say, "Excuse me, I think there's a mistake. I ordered chicken, but this is fish."
Second, if something is missing, you say, "Excuse me, can I have a fork, please?"
Third, if the food is not right, you say, "Excuse me, this is a little cold. Can you heat it up?"
Those are clear, polite phrases. Now, let me show you some variations.
If you need something extra during the meal, you say, "Can I have more water, please?"
If something is wrong with the food, you say, "This is not cooked enough. Can you cook it more?"
If you want to return something, you say, "I am sorry, but I do not want this. Can I order something else?"
And here is a common mistake. Some learners just say "wrong" or "this is wrong." That sounds too direct and a little rude.
The polite way is to say, "I think there's a mistake," or "I think this is wrong." Adding "I think" makes it softer and more polite.
Do not say "this is wrong." Say "I think there is a mistake." It is much better.
Now let us practice. Emma, you lead this.
Okay, listen to these situations and imagine how you respond. You do not need to speak out loud. Just listen and notice the pattern. Imagine the server brings your food, but it is not what you ordered. You ordered a salad, but they bring soup. Listen. "Excuse me, I think there is a mistake. I ordered the salad.
Good. The server says, "Oh, I am so sorry. Let me fix that right away."
Now imagine your food is too cold. You want it hot. Listen. Excuse me, this is a little cold. Can you heat it up, please?
Perfect. The server says, "Of course, I will bring it back to the kitchen."
One more. Imagine you need a spoon, but there is no spoon on the table. Listen. Excuse me, can I have a spoon, please?
Excellent. The server says, "Sure, I will bring one right now."
Notice how you stay calm and polite. You do not need to sound upset. Just explain the problem and ask for help.
And here is my advice. Do not feel bad about asking. Problems happen in every restaurant. Servers expect it. They want you to tell them so they can fix it.
Exactly. If you stay quiet, they do not know there is a problem. But if you speak up politely, they can help you right away.
Now let us make this more challenging. Imagine you have two problems at the same time. Your food is wrong and it is also cold.
You say, "Excuse me, I think there is a mistake. I ordered chicken and this is also a little cold. Can you bring me the right dish, please?"
See how you combine two problems in one polite sentence? You explain everything clearly, then you ask for help.
Now, let us apply this to a real scenario. Imagine you're at a busy restaurant. You order a burger with no onions, but the server brings a burger with onions.
What do you do?
You look at the server and say, "Excuse me, I think there is a mistake. I asked for no onions, but this has onions."
The server says, "Oh, I am very sorry. I will bring you a new one."
You say, "Thank you so much."
A few minutes later, the server brings a new burger with no onions.
You say, "Perfect, thank you."
Done. You handled the problem politely and confidently. Now you have the right food and everyone is happy.
Remember this, speaking up about problems is not rude. It is normal. You are helping the server do a good job.
The key takeaway from part 3 is this. Start with "excuse me," explain the problem simply, and ask politely for help.
Use "I think there is a mistake" to sound polite. You are almost finished with this lesson. In part 4, we bring everything together. We teach you how to handle payment, tips, and the final goodbye. Stay with us.
So you just learned how to say, "I think there's a mistake," and "Can you heat this up?" Those phrases help you solve problems with confidence.
Now we move to the final part of your restaurant experience. You finish eating, you feel happy, but now you need to pay and leave.
Do you know how to ask for the check? Do you know what to say about tips? Do you know how to close the conversation politely?
Part 4 shows you everything. We bring together all the skills from this episode into one complete restaurant experience.
This is the final step. Let us finish strong.
Welcome to Part 4. Here, we learn how to handle payment, tips, and saying goodbye.
This is where we bring all your skills together. You already know how to ask questions, make requests, and solve problems. Now you learn how to finish your restaurant visit with confidence.
Let me explain the concept. After you finish eating, you need to pay. In some countries, you ask for the check. In other countries, the server brings it automatically. You also need to know about tips and how to close the conversation politely.
And here is why this matters. The end of the meal is your final interaction. You want to leave a good impression and feel confident as you go.
In my daily life, I always use the same simple phrases. I ask for the check, I say thank you, and I leave. It is easy when you know the words.
Exactly. And today you learn those words. Let me show you the key phrases.
First, if you need the check, you say, "Can I have the check, please?" Or, "Can I get the bill, please?"
Those two phrases mean the same thing. In American English, we say check. In British English, we say bill. Both are correct.
Second, if you want to ask about payment methods, you say, "Do you take credit cards?"
Third, if you want to leave a tip, you can ask, is the tip included? Or you can just leave cash or add it to the card payment.
And fourth, when you leave, you say, "Thank you. Have a nice day."
Those are the main phrases. Now let me show you some variations.
If you want to pay together with your friends, you say, "Can we have one check, please?"
If you want to pay separately, you say, can we have separate checks, please?
If you want to know if service is included, you say, "Is service included in the bill?"
And here is a common mistake. Some learners say, give me the check. That sounds like a command. It is rude.
The polite way is, "Can I have the check, please?" or "Could I get the check, please?" Always add "can I" or "could I," and always say "please."
Do not say, give me the check. Say, can I have the check, please? Much better.
Now let us practice. I lead this part.
Go ahead, Emma.
Listen to these examples and imagine yourself in this situation. You do not need to speak out loud. Just notice how natural the conversation flows. Imagine you finish your meal. You want to pay. Listen. "Excuse me, can I have the check, please?"
The server says, of course, I will bring it right away.
A minute later, the server brings the check. You look at it and you want to pay with a credit card. Listen. Do you take credit cards?
The server says, yes, we do.
You hand over your card and say, "Here you go."
The server takes the card and says, thank you, I will be right back.
The server returns with your card and the receipt. You say, "Thank you very much."
Perfect. See how simple that was? You used polite phrases, you asked clearly, and everything went smoothly.
Now, let me show you a more complex example. Imagine you eat with a friend. You want to pay separately. Listen. "Excuse me, can we have separate checks, please?"
The server says, sure, no problem.
Good. Now you each get your own bill and you each pay your own part. Easy.
And here is my tip about tips. In some countries, like the United States, tips are expected, usually 15 to 20%. In other countries, tips are included in the bill or not expected. If you are not sure, you can ask, is the tip included?
Exactly. Do not feel shy about asking. It is a normal question. Servers understand that different countries have different customs.
Now, let us apply everything to a real scenario.
Imagine you are at a restaurant. You order food, you make a special request, you have a small problem, and now you finish and pay. Let us walk through it step by step. You sit down, the server brings the menu. You look at it and you have a question. You say, "Excuse me, can I ask a question? Does this pasta have seafood?"
The server says, no, it has vegetables and cheese.
You say, "Perfect. Can I order the vegetable pasta, please? And can I have extra cheese?"
The server says, of course. Anything else?
You say, "No, that is all. Thank you."
The server brings your food, but you notice there is no fork. You say, excuse me, can I have a fork, please?
The server says, "Oh, I am sorry. Here you go."
You eat your meal. It is delicious. You finish. Now you want to pay. You say, excuse me, can I have the check, please?
The server brings the check. You look at it. You pay with your card. You say, "Thank you very much. The food was great."
The server says, thank you. Have a wonderful day.
You say, "You too. Goodbye."
Done. You just completed a full restaurant experience in English. You asked questions, you made requests, you solved a problem, and you paid politely. You used every skill from this episode.
Remember this. Restaurants are a great place to practice English. Servers are friendly. They want to help. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be polite and clear.
The key takeaway from part 4 is this. Use, can I have the check, please, to pay. Always say please and thank you. And ask about tips if you are not sure. And finish with a friendly goodbye.
You did it. You learned everything you need to feel confident at any restaurant. Now, let us wrap this up with a final message.
Congratulations! You just learned how to handle any restaurant situation in English.
Think about what you learned today. You can ask questions before you order, you can make special requests, you can solve problems politely, and you can pay and leave with confidence.
And remember, the most powerful phrase from today is, "Can I ask a question?" That one phrase opens every door. It gives you control in any restaurant.
You already have the skills you need. Next time you go to a restaurant, try one or two phrases. You do not need to use everything at once. Start small, build confidence.
Maybe you ask, "What is in this dish?" Or maybe you say, "Can I have this without onions?" Each time you try, you get stronger.
And the best part is, you can use these skills right now. They are ready. You are ready.
Now we have a favor to ask. If this episode helped you, please subscribe to our channel. Why? Because we make new lessons every week, and every lesson gives you more confidence, more phrases, and more real-world English skills.
In our next episode, we teach you how to shop in English. You learn how to ask about prices, try on clothes, and return items. It is another super useful topic for daily life.
So subscribe now so you do not miss it.
And remember, learning English is not about being perfect. It is about trying, practicing, and growing a little bit every day.
You did great today. We are proud of you.
Good work today. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Subscribe to the channel and keep practicing your English every day.